Good morning, good people. This is your girl Reagan Adams with All Things Reagan. Thank you so much for joining me this morning or whenever you're going to tune in for the replay. So, y'all, I was supposed to come on live, but honey, I was tired. So I went to bed. I did talk on the phone a little bit and then I went to bed. But I said I would be in the wrong if I didn't come on here and talk to you guys this morning about what I saw last night. So I went to a dating event it was a live podcast where they were talking about relationships. You know, that's my thing. So one of my homegirls invited me to an event to go and just kind of check it out. Well, she didn't invite me. One of the podcasters of the event invited me, but she manages them. So, but she had told me about it. But anyway, so went there and I still got discouraged. So my spirit is very sensitive when it comes to negative stuff. And I literally feel it, like it bothers me, like on the inside. It bothers me when I hear mean things, when I hear people get mistreated, when I hear judgy things, and it's almost like a punch to my spirit. It does not feel good. And it's very agitating and irritating to me. And so the topic of the podcast was marriages. And one of the podcasters that invited me, his father was there. And his father was speaking just about being married for over 47 years until his wife passed away. There was another couple that had been there married for 30 years. They got married when they were 18 or 19. They're still together, doing well. So just giving us the benefit of their experience, which was really, really good. They had asked a question about do people still want to be married, things of that nature. And a lot of the people were like, yeah, but no. And my answer is going to always be yes, because I believe in marriage. I believe I heard another podcaster that I have had conversations with said that marriage is a cheat code. And as I was talking to God this morning, I said, Lord, what do you want me to tell your people about this? Because I'm getting ready to go in here and talk about these marriages. And first, to be very, very, I think I'm still on here. The enemy don't want me to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it. So I know, and it's on purpose. I don't know. I hope this is better. Is this better? I don't know. I turned on my internet to see. Hopefully this worked. Hope somebody say if this is better or not. Okay, so went to this event, and at first I was like, Lord, how am I going to talk about this event? Because when I was talking about it, I was angry. I was angry, and I was angry at the women. And I said, I don't want to go on here and attack the women. But I can see why men don't want to be bothered. I can see. I can literally see why men don't want to be bothered with women. I can see. And I saw it last night. And the last event that I went to that was similar to that, I can see why. And then I was like, Lord, I don't want to take that approach. And I said, and then I don't necessarily want to get on live and talk about it like this. I need to have a better delivery. Tell me what to say. So I naturally, I look at a lot of different podcasts and things of that nature, sermons. I do that all day. And the Lord said that it's the enemy's plan to divide homes. That's what he wants. He wants us in a divisive place. And I was like, yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm still going to talk about the women, but I'm going to talk about being in a divisive place. And relationships are so heavy on me. The men's heart is very heavy on me. Even when, but women too. It's not just men. I mean, it's not just women, it's men too. Because a lot of the time we disregard, because men are supposed to be the head, they're supposed to be the leader, but that is a lot of pressure on them. And God has made women the man's helpmeet. And so we are supposed to help them with the things that they need. But a lot of women are saying, look, I'm tired. And I got it. Listen, I was married 14 years. I know you get tired of being in that situation. And it's like, why is he not taking responsibility and doing certain things? I'm tired. And what I talked about last night when I got on the mic, I was like, A lot of the times, not a lot, some, because I don't want to make a blanket statement toward everybody. Some of the times we get into wrong relationships and we are the helpmeet for the wrong person for years and years and years. And we waste a lot of our good time with the wrong man or men. We waste a lot of that time. And so when we get out there and start dating, we have all these isms and schisms of what we're not going to do, what we're not going to put up with. And I can attest to that because I was the same way. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that because I did this with my ex-husband. But he's not him. And I have to take accountability to say, you know what? I chose wrong. I should have never entered the relationship with him. Right? And that was my fault. Instead of waiting for God, number one, because me as well as others have a hard time waiting. We have a hard time waiting for God. We look at, our ages, the time is ticking. I can't have kids, all the things. We look at all of those things instead of waiting for God and who he has for us. Like I told you, there were many red flags that said you were not supposed to marry this man. You were not supposed to marry him. You were not supposed to marry him. But I'm still going to use it because he is a loving God. I'm still going to use the things that you had in your marriage to help others. What to do, what not to do. I'm going to still use those things, right? And so when I went to the event last night, I heard a lot of tired women. Like, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I was with this man 12 years. I heard somebody say 17. Some said 20. Like, I was with this man for a long time and I'm tired. I don't want to do it. But you chose wrong. We were the helpmeet to the wrong man. That is not the other men's fault, ladies. It's not. And we have to learn to take accountability for that. And I know I'm talking about it never fails. Every time I say that the women need to take accountability, they say, well, what about him? What about him? Listen, we know it is already understood. We all have problems. Men got their own set of stuff. I'm talking about taking accountability for us. What we do as women. That's what I'm talking about, us. We're going to be able to help them when we help us. And if you get the right man, I didn't say perfect, I said right, because I really believe women a lot of time are looking for this perfect man. It does not exist. You're not perfect. You're not perfect. You can have somebody that is perfect for you, that's able to put up with your stuff because you're not perfect, right? So if you have the right man that is for you, he will be able to, you can help meet his need. He will be the right person for you, not perfect, but the right person for you. But we have got to get in such a place where we're very honest with ourselves, and we're not doing it. We are not doing that. We are not holding the mirror up to us and saying, look, I have a problem with X, Y, and Z. I didn't like, and you're not settling in your trauma. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday that God literally was pressing on my spirit, and it wore me out. It wore me out spiritually. I was so tired because the burden for my heart for these people to heal it's on me. And when I say heal, I'm talking about from things you don't talk about. We have a lot of things in our past that have happened that we do not talk about. We don't share with anybody. We don't talk about it. We have not sought help for it. And it still shows up in your everyday life. You will not be able to keep friends. You will not be able to, your relationships will look crazy. You will be very cut off from people. You will not be able to live out loud. You will not be able to walk in your purpose because you won't deal with your trauma. And you will go inside of yourself and physically make yourself sick if you don't start dealing with these things. And that is one of the things that I was dealing with somebody yesterday. And I don't want to put, all their stuff out because people do trust me with things. But you have got to literally start talking to somebody, and preferably a therapist or people can talk about God can heal. God put doctors on this earth to help heal us. That's why they're here, right? You've got to get in there. Because your quality of life, you're not living to your full purpose. Let me tell you something. I don't want to get to heaven. I want to get to heaven. But when I get to heaven, I don't want God to show me a snapshot of all the things I could have had. And I don't get them. Because I didn't look at myself and say, I need to fix this. And then when I fix this, I can move on and help do other things. Because your traumas will stop you from doing what God called you to do. It will. It will literally shut your own mouth. You can also be married to somebody or with somebody who will shut your mouth. That's why you have to know, my opinion, know your purpose, why you're here, why God has you on the earth. So the person that you are with, you have something to support, and vice versa. They have something to support. That's how you can let your man lead, because he's leading you. Where are you leading our family to? Yes, provide, protect, take care of, but we both have something for our lives to do for God. What is it in me that I'm supposed to be doing that you can support? And what are you doing that God has called on your life so I can support? Because we have something separate and we have something together. But if we don't get our traumas together, we're going to just allow anybody to do whatever. We're going to just allow that. We're going to be just living mediocre lives. And I'm just cool going to work and coming home. I don't want that. Even though I'm kind of a homebody, I don't do too much. But I still want to live my life. I want to impact people. I want people's lives to be impacted by what God does through me. And there is an all-out assault. And that's the best word that I can come up with against marriages right now. It's like when I was looking, my brain was my spirit was very disturbed listening to how women and men talk. And it's like there's a huge disconnect in thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And it's like this. We're fighting, but every time we try to come together and talk, nobody's understanding, and everybody's on the defense, and nobody is trusting. So when you come in, so let's just say, let's go on the word trust. Let's just say you ain't trust your mama. A lot of men, some men have mama issues. So their mama was a trip. So I know how I can feel if I'm going through a regular relationship, or I'm trying to date. I got kids, I got life, I got all the things. And I'm seeing my mama go through all of this stuff, and maybe she might be tricking out a little bit, or lying, or being manipulative to these other men, which causes her to be manipulative to her kids. And so when her son tries to go out and date and do things, he saw how his mama was moving. Let me be very clear. I've spoken to a lot of men specifically, who have come to me to talk, who say their mama was a mess. Their mom was a mess. And so it's already ingrained into them that women ain't about nothing. And so even if they do come into a right woman, two things are going to happen. They already in their mind is saying, my mama wasn't about nothing, so she ain't about nothing, whether she is or not. Right? Or they okay, let me try to change this, but they don't have the tools to be able to change it. So they I'm just going to self-sabotage. And in that, they mess up the woman. So it's like a revolving cycle of nothing. You're literally messing up somebody else. He messed up, you messed up. And so I don't believe in, I don't think I want to go to any more relationship events that don't have therapists there. I don't. Because all we're doing is talking in circles. Because you hear from your trauma. You can take relationships off the table. You can just talk about social media. Hey, Sharon. You can just talk about social media by itself. People hear and see through trauma, period. Example, one of the podcasters was talking about when you're in a relationship, you have to learn how to adjust. So when you get married, you have to learn how to adjust, because you're bringing two different households together. So we got to figure out how we adjust. There was another woman that came up and said, you don't need to use the word adjust. Maybe use another word whatever. There was nothing wrong with adjust. Because guess what? In a marriage, which I was married, you have to learn how to adjust to somebody else's lifestyle. They have to adjust to you. There was nothing wrong with that. But some people have so much trauma that certain words trigger them. And they go off into a whole nother place. And here was the crazy part to me. This was the crazy part. One of the women that were speaking was actually a therapist. And I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. I'm not going to you. I'm not going, you sound crazy. I'm not going to you. I'm not going to you. You say you're mad at this man because he keeps talking about adjusting, and they would not leave that word alone. And at that moment, he felt attacked. Like, I can't say adjust. And people are like, well, maybe you just about. No. That's his language. And so what you need to do is go to counseling and figure out why the word adjust bothers you so much. You need to go fix. Listen to me. Everybody I know, I don't care how old you are, needs a therapist like you need a doctor. Like, you go get your checkups. You need a therapist. You need one. You need one. You not want one. If you have insurance, you need one before. If you don't have none, you still need it. You need to have a therapist. And I know that now more than ever. After what I saw last night, you mean to tell me I can't? And it's almost like people be waiting just to pounce on you and pounce on your words and wait for you to say something wrong. And that's normally even throughout like social media. And so that's why I'm saying, like, with therapy, you learn how to navigate those things. You know what your triggers are. Get the tools to be able to deal with you. So when people that come from another background come to you and say, hey, this is this and that, it may still trigger you, but you know how to handle it. Right? Absolutely. And so, ladies, I'm going to always talk to the ladies. I talk to men too, but I'm going to talk to the ladies. It is okay for you to, number one, get therapy. But number two, it's okay to love these men. It's okay to be vulnerable with these men. It's okay to say you want them and you need them. Because guess what? They need to hear that. And it's okay to be his helpmate. It's okay. And really what it is we are scared of one another. But we are scared of one another because we've chosen the wrong person. And like I said, even though I was never supposed to marry my ex-husband, I don't regret it. Because we had some really good times and we were really good friends. And I learned a lot. You never take L's. Your L's are not losses. They are lessons. And matter of fact, I was able to build a whole business on my marriage, about my childhood. Because nobody really talked to us about relationships. Marriage is a cheat code. You get the right man and the right woman. Listen to me. Y'all heard what the word said. And that's a lot of the problem. That's a side note. Everybody don't read their Bible. The Bible gives us the cheat code. Marriage is a cheat code. One can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 a flight. Our math is not God's math. So when you have a strong marriage, you can do anything. I didn't say it's perfect. I said you can get together, be friends, figure one another out, and live your best life and make money together and help and put other people on. But the enemy is so busy trying to be divisive in this thing and keep us apart that we're not understanding. It's 40 and 50-year-old women that's bitter as I don't know what. And I saw them last night. But no, what I saw was nobody was taking accountability. This one lady, she said, my daddy was a whole man. He knew how to live off of the land and he knew how to do this and he knew. Baby, listen, why are you even comparing your daddy to other men? That's stupid. That's dumb because everybody is different. Yes, there's men that know how to live off of the land, but God may not have your daddy for you. And that's your problem. You're too busy comparing. Comparison is a thief. You don't compare nobody to nobody else. What are we doing? Everybody work different on their own accord because maybe you don't know how to handle a man like that. Did you ever think about that? So you keeping yourself single because you talking about this person ain't like this other person. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to say I haven't, but I'm not doing that to keep myself single. You don't know. Like, it's funny because I was talking this morning to my cousin, like, some women think like their expectations are stupid. I just got to put that out there. We won't, and I'm going to throw me in the mix too, because I ain't going to leave y'all out here by yourself. We want a lot of different things that we ain't ready for. And I found that out quick when I started dating. Because I was used to dating a dude that was in the street. So I was used to a street dude. Like, that's how I moved a lot of that's who I dated. That's who I married. I'm used to a street dude. So when I'm like, okay, I get a divorce, it's time for me to start dating, and dudes got 6 figures and got all this and got their life together, and emotionally intelligent. I'm like, hold up, I don't even know how to have a real conversation with these men. Yet I want somebody with great credit, 6 figures, got all the money, got all the emotional intelligence, and know how to treat a woman. I wasn't used to it, because guess what? I was self-sabotaging because I wasn't used to it. Back to therapy I go, because I'm traumatized. I need to figure out why this is this, and make sure that my self-esteem is up, make sure I'm feeling good about myself. So when I feel good about myself and I get into a relationship, I can make sure my man is straight too. Because he's going to need you to. He's going to need you to. He's going to need you to. And ladies, our men need us. They need us. Our men are hurting. I was talking to one of my homegirls last night, and she said, God has literally given you a gift to see a man's emotions and his feelings and his needs. And when I see a lot of men who want to be in relationships, because there are men who want to be in relationships, committed relationships, but they are scared for what they see right now. And let me be very clear, what I saw, I wouldn't want to be with y'all either. And this ain't for every woman. Because we think, a lot of us think, some of us think, we are a bag and some chips. What is it? The bag and potato chips, whatever it is. Not. You may have all the money. You might be cute. Your hair look good. You got the best body, but your attitude is super funky. You think the world owes you something. You don't know how to treat a man. You don't know how to speak into his life. You don't know how to help him build. And some women are like, I'm not, the black community want to build the black man, but don't you know where we came from? The odds are stacked against him. He doesn't always have the same opportunity. Yes, it's nothing like slavery. Yes, he can work on his own accord, but we can do more together. Y'all keep talking about what other white communities, and they don't do that with their women. We were raised different. Quit looking for excuses and find reasons. Reasons to help. Reasons to build your man. Reasons to speak into your man. Reasons to let him win. What are we doing? And it's like, it's so many. If I hear another black woman say, I ain't doing it. And that's literally the attitude. It's so aggressive. And I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm a woman too. I understand. I can get tired. But we have to learn to take accountability first. Who was the nigga you was messing with beforehand? Who? Did you choose to stay in that relationship when you knew he wasn't about nothing? And now you mad because you talking about you don't want to do that for the next man? Is this what we're talking about? So you mad and angry at who? The men or you? Because I ain't never once heard the woman say, I chose wrong. I did wrong. I shouldn't have stayed that long. And then once you get out of the relationship, you don't take time to heal. You bounce off to another one and you still choosing wrong. Oh, I attract the same man all the time. It's the same man, different face. Sis, that's on you, not him. And especially if you have a healing spirit like me, I attract a whole bunch of different men. Healed, not healed, crazy, sick, shut in, lit, because I have a healing spirit. When men come to me, because I'm not your average woman. I'm just not. I'm not even talking about, I'm cute, but I'm not talking about in the looks of physical. I'm not your average woman. So when men run up not into me, but run into me, it's like, oh, you different. I know. Be his healing space. That be his peace. I know women hate to hear that. I'm not going to be his peace because I'm tired of being his peace. You're going to be by yourself. And you think that's okay. You think that's okay. You have let the enemy make you think marriage is not an option. It's just a piece of paper. I can just have a lifelong partner. That's a lie and a trick of the enemy. So, I digress. I'm going to quit fussing. But ladies, I really want to implore you to go get some help. That is my prayer for anybody that is watching this. Go get some help. Please, if you desire to be married and you want a wholesome relationship, please go seek therapy first. And I mean a therapist that's going to tell you about yourself and really just help you. Not one who's just shooting the bull with you. That's because I've had therapists who, because I know how to articulate my words and what I need, they think, oh, you don't need no help. You straight. You good. No, because I have problems with intimacy. Like, I have intimacy issues. I'm not a hugger. I'm not like affection and all those good things. I want to be because I love, but I just don't know how to be because it's hard for me to trust sometimes, right? But I know these things about myself. So when I know these things, I want to go and help. So if you want a good, wholesome relationship, please go and pray about it first. God, please help me, lead me to a therapist who's going to help me deal with my issues so I can be, number one, a better person, but number two, a help me and mate for my person that I want. Prepare yourself before he comes. If you are already in a relationship, you still need therapy. Because there's a lot of things that we need to unlearn. That we grew up with, that we saw, we need to unlearn those things. We need to unlearn them. The stuff that I saw in my house, I had to unlearn a lot of that when I got married. I need to learn how to communicate. A lot of us don't know how to communicate. Some women be like, I want an emotionally intelligent man. And I need him to be able to lead me and he need to guide me. But the first time he say something to you out the wall and you be like, this ain't what I'm used to, and you be ready to leave, but that's what you asked for. You asked for it, but you weren't ready for it. Huh? You asked for it, but you weren't ready for it. I'm telling you what I know, what I want. I want to learn how to, I want to be my man's helpmate. I do. Give me something to support. Give me something to push, right? I want to be submissive. Huh? And I don't mind him telling me what to do. Huh? I don't. Especially if he got somewhere to go. If he's leading me in the right direction in my family, tell me. Let me sit over here in the passenger seat with my eyes closed because I'm tired of driving. Huh? Some women want to keep the wheel. I need the control. Control for what? God didn't make it that way. He didn't make it that way. Ain't you tired? I know I am. Take the wheel. Go get some therapy. Because your men need you. Our black men, oh, they need us. Because they hurting. They are hurt. Listen to me. If I could tell y'all about the conversation I had yesterday, like, they need us. And it's some men now that are in very, very tumultuous relationships, and it is killing their health. It's killing their health because you won't go get free. And some of this stuff is it's spiritual. It's demonic. It is witchcraft. It is demonic. And you are in there being a tyrant to your husband. Y'all want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about that. You're being controlling and manipulative over your husband because maybe he did something wrong and you ain't going to let it go. So you're going to make him relive everything he did every single day instead of forgiving and forgetting or letting him go on about his business. You're ruining him. And guess what? You're going to have to answer for that. You're going to. Go get some help. Our black men need us. They do. They need therapy too. They need love too. They need support too. Because if they grew up in households where the women wasn't about nothing, you already got a strike against you going into the relationship. Now, some men, like, they're emotionally healthy, but they had to work at it. You need to pray that your husband or your man get around some good, godly men. If you don't subscribe to Jesus, I don't know what to tell you. But our men are hurting. Our black men are hurting. They're hurting, and they will stay in relationships just because they don't want to seem like a failure. Relationships that they hate. They hate coming home to you. They would much rather be somewhere else. I got too many men in my inbox. And I know some people are like, oh, you just a pick me. They just in your inbox because they want to talk to you. They just in your inbox because they want to talk to you. Well, they shouldn't if they had their woman at home and they want to talk to them. They shouldn't be in mine. But guess what? I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen and I'm going to talk to them and I'm going to say, look, hey, God wants you to do X, Y, and Z. You need to go seek some therapy. They shouldn't be in my inbox trying to get help. They are literally crying, calling me and crying. I cannot stand to be at home. My wife is crazy. My wife is unsupportive. My wife don't care nothing about me. My wife, my girl is mistreating me. Women pull it together. And I don't want to keep harping on y'all, but I got to. I have to. You need to get help. You need help for yourself, but you need help for your man. He needs you. He needs you. These men are fit. Like, it's so much. Like, I was talking to my cousin, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out your way, but it's really heavy on my heart this morning. I was like, there's no way I would want to be a man. Like, I wouldn't want to be no man. I'm going to be honest. Because there is so much pressure on them to perform. Like, yes, single mothers, we get out there, we make it happen, all the good things, right? But at the end of the day, the society is going to always, if the woman doesn't make it, she has a safety net of some sort or to get pulled back up. If the man falls, he doesn't have the grace or the help or the society to say, we need to pick our men back up. No, the man is supposed to be the head of the house. He's a man. He's supposed to get out there and do whatever he got to do. He needs help too. He needs help too. But women like, no, he the man. He needs help too. But who gonna help him? And then you have some women like, I'm not helping him, because if I help him, I'm helping him for the next woman. And woo, woo, woo. But if you choose the right man that has vision and you can see that and you have discernment, when you help him and you're securing who you are, I'm not tripping about if I help you and help you to the next woman. Maybe you weren't for me, but I know what's in me. I'm secure in that. So I don't mind helping you if I chose the right person. But our men need us. They need us. And it's more emotionally. I see so many broken-hearted men who literally like be crying on the phone to me, like full out tears. But I create that safe space for them to be able to do that without judgment. And women don't like for me to say that. Like, they get mad. I put one of my videos on TikTok, and they like, ain't no man's trauma any reason for them to mistreat me. And it's not. But if their trauma was never acknowledged and nobody came to that man and said, hey, babe, I love you, and I really want us to make this work. I need us to go to counseling, and I need us to go, and I need you to go by yourself. Because I feel like this can work. I feel like we can work. But I need you to get some help. You got mommy issues. You've been molested. You were talked about. You were a late bloomer. You may have ADHD. Because I'm telling you, it's like men, especially our black men, it's like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. You have to be able to perform sexually. Listen to me. I'm just going to be real quick with this one. You have to be able to perform sexually all these hours and do all these hips, dips, and tricks while we can just lay there and not do too much. Listen to me. I don't want to be sitting up there pumping on you for no 30, 40 minutes. I'm tired on top after 2 seconds. So what are we doing? I'm not doing all that. So you got to be great sexually. You got to have the biggest penis in the world. You got to be able to have all the money. You got to be able to have all your credit together. You got to be able to cook, clean. You got to do all the things, right? Which some men do, but some need help. The Bible says again, we are the helpmate, to help meet his needs, because he can't do it by himself. I mean, he can, but let's take some pressure off of each other, huh? And we got to start that by going to counseling. We have to. Listen to me. Please go get a therapist. Ask God first. God, lead me to who I need. We all have trauma. We all have it. We all have it. We all. There's nobody I know that does not have a story. None. And we're using different ways to cope with it, especially with men, like drugs. You smoking weed every day. You keep talking about anxiety. Why do you have anxiety? What happened that triggered that? You taking edibles? Why? You eat too much? Why? You like porn too much? Why? You like sex too much? Why? You like working too much? Why? There's a why. Like, we all have a thing. You like shopping too much? Why? Your house is junky? Why? Why? There's a why. There's a why. There's a why. And we need to get healed and healthy. We're never going to be perfect, but as long as we keep these things in front of us to say, you know what, I need to work on this. This is triggering for me, but I want a relationship, not only with someone else, but I need to have a healthy relationship with myself. I need to be able to enjoy myself in my own company. Do you know there are so many people who don't know how to enjoy their own company? And if you can't enjoy your own company, how do you expect somebody else to enjoy you? You can't. Literally, can I share that? Some men just want to lay there and you just rub on their back and rub in their head and just let them breathe. Just let them breathe. Like, just relax. I got you. And I know we all tired. Like, listen to me, ladies. I understand your plight. But it does not give you an excuse to not get you together, because they need us. And they need us, and we need them. I mean, vice versa. I hope I won't repeat myself, but we need each other. But we got to get right for each other. And the enemy does not want us to get right for one another. He hates family. He hates family. He hates family. He hates marriage. He hates relationships. And that is why we are divided. This thing is spiritual. Your trauma that happened was on purpose. There's a lot of us that are supposed to be married, and everything bad that happened to you was to stop your relationship with God, your relationship with people, your relationship as far as intimacy and being married. It was all a plan to stop you. You got to go get some help. You can't keep going on like this. How you are is not. It's not. It ain't right. It's not right. You don't have all the answers. You don't. And you need help. And I'm talking to me too. Like, I'm talking to me too. But our men, our black men, their hearts are breaking. And they feel like they can't say anything to us anymore. So when you see a black man going over to a white woman or another race, just say it. Because we ain't help. We didn't help. We didn't help love on our men. Like, we have been divided since slavery. It's still happening. But it's the enemy. We need to change the narrative. We need help. And we can't continue to leave God out of stuff. And I know it seems crazy. This is a side note, and I promise I'm going to get out your way. I know people are like, I can't talk to God. Like, he ain't listening to me. I ain't been to church. Listen to me. He waiting to hear from you. Lord, I need help. I need your help. Like, I don't know what to do. Lead me and guide me to what you would have me to do, so I know what to do. But there is a serious attack on relationships. There's a serious attack on mental health. There's a serious attack on just not loving people and getting people to be divided in general. And we need each other. It's not good that man should be alone. And that is not just with man and woman. That is with people. The enemy don't want you trusting people. When it comes to business, like, he don't want you to be with anybody. But I told God this morning, and I told the devil, Lord, use me for your kingdom to help build relationships with the person, build themselves up, build their security up, build their person up, but then also help build relationships, build marriages, for happy marriages. That's what I want. But I also want the people who are not supposed to be in marriages, that God do his thing. Because you're wasting time with the wrong person when you could be with the right person, being loved properly, being healed properly, building together, building like wealth, generational wealth, building a healthy relationship and building the kingdom of God. You may be with the wrong person. You may just be settling for where you are. Get out and go start seeing things. Go start seeing other places. Go start seeing how other people live, move, and breathe. Get out of your community. A lot of y'all think what you're doing is just that's on that. This is how people live. No, it's not. Especially if you're from where I'm from. The world is much bigger. People are different. Get outside yourself. But it all starts with you. You. We're not pointing at anybody. When you point, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. When you're pointing, you got to start with you. And when you start healing yourself and doing your work, you're going to start attracting the things that you need. You're going to attract stupid stuff too. But then at this point, you know what to allow and what not to allow. Huh? I got to go. So you guys have a blessed day. This is your girl. Also, side note, I will be having classes. I got classes now. You can go to buildaman.com, thebuildamanworkshop.com, sorry. Or you can go to Holistic Life Shifter. I'll drop those down a little bit later on because I am still working on my pricing. But all my pricing is going up January 1. We can do one-on-one coaching. The days of being in my inbox saying I need to talk to you, that's going to be far and in between without me sending you a PayPal request for an invoice. Y'all, but I love y'all with the love of God. Listen, I just want us to be better inside and out. Trust me, I do. Like, that is my heart. I want us to love on our black men. I want us to love on ourselves and just do better. Just do better. And that's it. So I'm going to let you guys go. This is your girl, Reagan Adams, with All Things Reagan. And this, just join me later because I'm repeating myself. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.